In this hand, you're playing low stakes tournaments on a large American facing site, anonymous site. You have jacks. Villain 28 opens. You go ahead and 3-bet here, as you should. I'm not going to quiz you on that because I think all of you most likely are 3-betting there. And your time is valuable. Villain 32 makes it 13 big blinds. He cold 4-bets. All right. Villain 28 calls. It is on you. Take a few seconds. What would you like to do? You want to raise it again here? You want to call? What do you want to do? All right, that is time. We call. The board comes 10 of diamonds, 8 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds. Villain 32 fires 41.1 big blinds. Villain 28 calls 41.1 big blinds. It is on you. What would you like to do? You're going to fold, call, or raise. Just a few seconds. Please pause if you need more time. All right, let's get to the answers. This is a fold. You are set mining here. By the way, Villain 32 had queens on this hand. So you need to know this. I've been playing poker for decades. I've worked with thousands of poker players. It is extremely rare to find someone who will put in the 4-bet pre-flop with nothing invested with a bluff. So whenever you're doing a big call, it's always a good idea to ask yourself, does my opponent do this with X? And X is the best hand that you beat. Do you think Villain 32 puts in the 4-bet right there with pocket tens? And if your answer is, I don't know, that's okay. If you don't know about anything, don't put money in it. There's a lot of things I don't know about that I don't gamble on. I don't know about Ecuadorian Division II soccer, so I don't put money on it. Maybe there could be money in that, but I don't know. And if your opponent here puts in this raise, it's almost always a value hand. It's almost always aces, kings, or queens. On occasion, it's ace, king that's being cute, but almost always it's aces, kings, or queens. So when you're going to the flop, you guys are plenty deep. So you're going to the flop to see if you can hit that jack. You do not hit that jack. And in fact, there's 3 diamonds and you do not have a diamond. Now he bets 41 big blinds and Villain 28 calls. If you wanted to call here because you had an overpair and you felt very weak about folding an overpair, you are going to be exploited at the table. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not judging you. I'm trying to warn you. Because here's the deal. There's a lot of situations in poker where something's a good idea 90% of the time. But if you're paying attention and looking for that 10% of the time it's not a good idea, you're going to save yourself a lot of tournaments. You're going to get yourself a lot of free buy-ins. So many tournaments are won when you make a crucial fold and you stay alive when a lesser player would have gone broke. This is one of them. If you wanted to fold here, pat yourself on the back. You should be proud of yourself. If you wanted to call here, what you're doing is you're using a rule of thumb, which is I'm just facing a flop C-bet. I have an overpair. I can't fold. That's going to be right 90% of the time. You shouldn't be in the habit of just folding to a flop C-bet most of the time when you have an overpair. But when the person 4-bet pre-flop when he had nothing invested and then just bet the size of the pie into 2 people on a very dangerous board, you're up against an overpair approximately always. So, and here's the other thing. If he was goofing off with 10s, you don't beat that anymore. So the whole thing you're hoping for is ace of diamonds, king of hearts, or something like that. You're not going to find that often. So now we just go ahead and fold here. He did have queens by the end of the hand. I think he jammed on the turn. And then Villain 28 flopped something huge. I can't remember What? Anyway, before I get out of here today, if you want to learn how to do big bluffs, if you want to learn how to do triple barrel bluffs, go into the information section of this video. I have a link to a full length training package that you can get a hold of for free. Check that out. And if you want more training just like this, go to pokerheadrush.com. That website, one more time, pokerheadrush.com.